That's a great question, guys. How do you know that Periscope is scaling and taking off? You know, sometimes you're just like, hey, I did a quick Periscope and like 8 people are on, and then I shut it off, and then later in the day 4 people are on, and then later in the day 9 people are on, and you know, people are kind of like, I don't even know this is taking off. I'm doing this work and putting it on and stuff. Well, here's the thing, like if you're like more like me, like an observer, or more like a Tim Ferriss, where you're kind of observing the patterns of what's actually happening over a period of time, you do kind of, you're always looking through the front windshield, but you do look through the rear view mirror to see how far you've come. And I can tell you that just from 4 or 5 weeks ago, I can remember when just 3 or 4 people would jump on, I mean collectively on the whole thing in like 3 or 4 minutes. And I mean, with less effort now, 25 to 27, 28 people jump on. And even with the right headline, 40 to 45 jump on now. And that was never happening for the first 10 or 15 I was doing back like 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. So it's obviously collecting. Here's why I think that is. I mean, I could break it down into a lot of steps. It'd probably be easier to do it in a blog post, but you're going to get more people. You know, you show it to 100 people for the day, and maybe a few people come on and they follow you. Those people are going to eventually get push notifications that you're on. So what's going to happen is it's a numbers game. So what's going to happen is eventually you get to reach 50 to 100 people for the day, and the whole thing compounds and gains momentum and traction. So at some point after a week or 2 weeks or whatever, you've reached 800 people that are new discoveries. And hey, thanks for coming on, Samantha. And you reach these new discoveries, and what happens is, let's say you get 100 or 200 or 300 or 500 recent followers. Same thing happens on Facebook. You end up getting all this engagement and likes and comments and shares, and it's from all the new people that are coming on. So now imagine that you got 200 new followers and let's just be reasonable, in like 2 or 3 weeks. You know, they're all going to get push notifications when you go live. So let's say let's pick a small number, like 7 out of 200. 7 out of 200 decide to respond to your live thing or even notice that you're live. You got 7 on the bottom right now. I can promise you right now but the number's higher than that. The number when we're done with this will be 25 or 28 that we're collectively on here. So here's how it works. Is anybody that just turned on Periscope for the very first time, that just started like 10 minutes ago, they're going to go start one and they're going to have 1 or 2 people on, unless they're doing something crude or something to try to gain attention. Most people would just, if it's a normal topic, they just get like 1 or 2 people on, and then everybody coming on would be like, that person, look at those 10 or 20 right there, they got 1 person on or 0. I don't want to look at that one. Nobody's watching that one. Thanks for the hearts. But hey, look at this Ron Orr one. He's got 7 people on, and oh look, I'm looking down the list again to see it. I'm looking down the list again, and he still has 7 people on. I should go check out that one and see what's going on over there. See, now I have that advantage. I have a number that's higher than all the other new people coming in, but I have that advantage because I built up that traction over 4 or 5 weeks with the consistency of doing it over and over and over. So what happens is the likelihood of other people going down that list. Thanks for joining. I can't really read it here. CH Animal Planet. Channel Animal Planet. Okay. Well, so what's happening now is all these people that are coming in every second and every minute that we're talking about, they're like going, oh, where are the ones with 7 or 10 people or 15 people or whatever, and mine's coming up in there. So more people are joining and more people are joining. So there's this acquisition rate, there's this Zadoom, thanks for coming on. There's a attrition rate where people leave. Hi there, Zadoom. And so people leave, and then people also come back on. So what you basically need to do is, you know, it's for those just joining, you know it's growing because you get more people that give you more hearts, which gets you higher ranking. You get more people that follow you, which give you more push notifications. Say hello to Russia out there. And more push notifications. I have 7 on here like I do right now. That's not something I could do in the early days. It's something I could do after 4 or 5 weeks, which now gets, oh, see, a bunch of hearts, you know. It's a social proof, and then more people come on and more people come on. And the next thing you know is I'm able to gain that momentum and have a competitive advantage that I wasn't able to do on day 1 that I can do after 4 or 5 weeks of doing a couple hundred of these. So you start to build that up, and the likelihood of somebody being on right now is a lot higher when you have a few hundred recent followers. So those are things how you know that it's scaling, but you got to put in the time and just keep at it consistently, and you'll get there. So I'll talk to you guys later, and I got some more coming up soon.